All right, now the cake cut affair was all vibes, sugar kama kawaida. And let me say this one time. There's good content. There's good music out here. There's good live performers. Yani, don't wait to be introduced. Go out there. See for yourself.
Yep.
Start consuming these things. Start consuming Kenya. Start buying 254.
Yes, Abbih. Nakwambia, there's so many artists who are doing so many great stuff. They have good content in the music industry that you don't need to hear the song at the club for you to know, oh, that's a hit, I want to know that artist. No, just put yourself out there and open yourself to, the good content that we have. Now, to add on to that, as I told you earlier on, this past weekend, I got to be part of a movement. Now, this event is all about appreciating art, appreciating dance, appreciating music from across the globe. And they brought it right here in the 254. And since its conception back in 2010, it's been making moves, and of course, featuring artists. And on top of that, it's its 10th edition this month. Nice. And it's going to be a week-long event from Nairobi at the KNT. And it's going to end in Diani. And it had Ishani as the main act. Now, I know most of you don't know, but I will say my Womji.
Namjua Ishani is phenomenal.
I went in Ishani kwenye industry. And besides Ishani, there are Cisco Reloaded, a young dance group. And we got to have a feel of the samba Brazilian dance, Capoeira, as they call it.
Capoeira ni ile ya kurusha mateke.
Ni ya kurusha mateke. It's like you're kung fuing on.
Ni kama kupigana.
Yes, guys. Now check how it went down.
Cultural experiences are what events are for, and last Saturday afternoon, the pool house in Loresho is where it all went down for the pre-festival of the much anticipated week-long 10th edition of the Tandawazi Festival. Tandawazi is a festival of culture with a focus on movement, art and music, and gives a platform for artists across the creative spectrum. With a sundowner concept, the event gathered lovers of art and the culturally curious for an afternoon where they engaged socially as they enjoyed mellow music, tasty South American food and refreshments with an option of purchasing merchandise at the venue. Before the main act went on stage, guests were taken back to the 80s by a youthful 3-member dance group known as Cisco Reloaded. They performed the popular breakdance style, which is an athletic style of street dance and was a big hit in that era. Having the spotlight shine on them, the group brought their A game, leaving the crowd astonished and applauding. The main act of this cultural experience was the self-taught percussionist guitarist Ishani, who is an award-winning singer-songwriter.
If you ever come away, just know that there'll be a hot meal and a place for you to stay. There'll be blankets, there'll be stories at the park. There'll be friends, there'll be strangers at the park.
His sound is described as Afro-pop rock, which is a blend of indie rock, Afro-pop and folk music from Kenya.
Look before you leave and you'll be okay. Upendo, upendo. We'll keep our body warm, she's feeling cold. Upendo.
Even though his music is not popularly known, it was evident that the audience connected with him as he performed, and some of them even described it as going on a journey with every song he sang.
When I got to know him and his YouTube channel, I'm like, oh man, this is like a cool artist. And so that's what got me here. The lyrics and the melody, and it's just him and the guitarist. But it's the story, I think, really sells me to it, and it's just very nice.
Look at my hopes, look at my dreams, of building bridges from these seas. Now I'm ready.
Ishani is the one I kind of resonated with. So all his stories, you feel like, okay, He's been out there. I'm a Nairobian, he's a Nairobian, but the stories he tells, you can actually feel and resonate with what he's saying.
As if this cultural experience wasn't enough, the guests were treated to Brazilian dance known as Capoeira. Giving them a taste of what to expect in the coming week-long festival, which also feature other elements like drumming, yoga, strum, just to mention a few. As the evening went on with guests dancing and embracing this Brazilian form of samba, we caught up with organizer and some of the revelers, and here is what they had to say.
This one was more of a communal sort of thing. So it's how you make it and how you present the person so they feel like they can resonate and they can actually feel like, okay, it's not some strange thing somewhere out there. It's something that's still African. So it depends on how you present it to them.
So what Tandawazi is Capoeira exploded. So in a Tandawazi you will encounter Capoeira, of course, it's kind of like the foundation. You'll encounter music, you'll encounter drumming classes, you'll encounter dance, you'll encounter yoga. And then there's some new stuff happening at Tandawazi this year, which is super, super exciting.
It was a very relaxed, very sort of enjoyable sort of event for me. I'm really excited to see that there's singer-songwriters out there who are doing the right thing, you know, like going with their dream and doing what they know that they were made to do.
What you gotta do.